One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. It's a fine Saturday for a ball game, and we have a non-district matchup between 5A and 6A once more. It's the McAlester Buffaloes against the defending 6A champions, the Bixby Spartans. McAlester last year in March, just a year and a day ago, took them to the final out, but Bixby was able to walk off the McAlester Buffaloes. Can McAlester get their revenge today and get a quality non-district win? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. The side of today is, again, non-district matchup between the Buffaloes and the Spartans here in McAlester, Oklahoma. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as video streaming on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. I also have with me today Mr. Nate Brown. He's going to be running the camera, doing a little bit of color commentary in the process as well.
Happy to be here for another season.
Yes, sir. And so you're going to probably be with us for most of the weekend games, probably. Yeah. Now, there's not a whole lot this year. I think the next one that we have is at the end of the month, but we're excited to welcome you to the broadcast.
Hey, I'm always happy to be here.
So we're looking at the McAlester Buffaloes first and coming off of their district sweep against the Durant Lions. Now, not everything came easy. Durant is a lot better than they were in years past. They ended up splitting a tournament in 2 games over this last couple of days down in Bonham, Texas. And the team they lost to, the host team, they lost to on a walk-off. So Durant is doing a lot better this year, but still McAlester was able to take a 5-1 and then a 5-3 win. They totaled up 11 hits. Now, McAlester knows that there were opportunities to be able to win by a lot more and to be able to put the game away early. They were 4 for 25 with runners in scoring position. But if you look at the defense, they struck out 22 batters and walked only 7. So McAllister's pitching and their defense has been able to get the job done. It's led to their 2 wins on the year, to their 2-1 record. Their one loss was, again, against a 6A team, a team that Bixby shares a district with, the Union Redhawks. And Bixby last year, now we're transitioning over to Bixby, they were the 6A state champions last year, but they finished 3rd place in their district. As they, imagine going 32-8 on the season and finishing 3rd in your district. That is what the Bixby Spartans did, yet they were still able to, again, win the whole darn thing. So far this year, we'll get to what they did last year in a little bit more in depth in a moment. But again, they started the season at the Texas 5-Tool Invitational. They beat Prosper Walnut Grove 7-3 and Houston Memorial 5-4 before losing to Prosper 10-0. They swept Broken Arrow in district play 8-1 and 11-4. They lost to Jinx 6-0 on Thursday to lead to their 4-2 record right now. They play Capitol Hill in district play on Monday and Tuesday. And again, last year, 32-8, won the 6A state championship, went undefeated in the postseason, culminating with a 16-6 state championship win over Enid, a team that swept Bixby in the district series, 1-0 each time. They won 14 games in a row to end the season. So that means, dating back to last year, they have won 18 out of their last 20 games. So they're 3-time state champions. They have been to 3 straight state tournament appearances. Now, they did lose some people from last year, some pretty good players at that. Cooper Moore, who's a Kansas commit, he is, again, graduated. So is Max Knight, who is the record holder for most home runs in a single season by Bixby Spartan. You also had Owen Baylor, who's committed to Oral Roberts. He graduated as well. And Jack Williams, who went to Hillsborough Community College in Tampa, Florida, he graduated. But still, they have a lot of talent, Bixby does, as they ended up still having Kamen Franklin, who's committed to Oklahoma State. Again, it says he committed as a 9th grader, and he's a junior to Oklahoma, committed as a 9th grader, now a junior for the Bixby Spartans. And Jet Hope, who pitched against McAlester last year, went 3 innings. He's going to be playing right field today. He's an Oklahoma State commit. So looking at the McAlester Buffaloes and the Bixby Spartans, again, game not going to matter when it comes to where you're going to find yourself at the end of the season, but it is a good way to be able to get some momentum going into district play for both these teams. And for McAlester, they know that if they can win this game, it's going to do a lot for momentum. It's going to do a lot for confidence, especially if they can hit the ball well, which, again, it's hard to do against the Spartans, but the Buffs will attempt to do so. We'll take a break. When we come back, it looks like we'll have our starting lineups and our national anthem. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on Beat the Heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare. Your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. Welcome back to beautiful Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. Man, McAlester is blessed to have Mike Deak Field, aren't they?
They really are. It's a beautiful stadium.
One of the top baseball facilities in Oklahoma, I would say, regardless of class that you're in. A beautiful turf field. Never have to really worry about rain unless it's raining currently during a game. Got the great grandstand, an awesome press box, and, of course, the Hughes Fieldhouse. It's time to look at our starting lineups. Starting off with the visiting team, the Bixby Spartans, 4-2 on the year. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 3, Cade Lewis. Lewis at short. Batting second, the pitcher, number 18, Brian Justice. Justice on the mound. Batting third, the right fielder, number 23, Jet Hope. Hope in right field. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, number 10, Barrett Stanley. Stanley in left field. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 28, Corbin Briggs. Briggs DHing for the catcher, number 6, Brock Kopass. Kopass behind the plate. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 1, Cohen Miller. Miller at first base. Batting seventh at the hot corner, the third baseman, number 9, Cayman Franklin. Franklin at third. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 15, Rhett Liu. Liu at second base. And rounding out the starting line for the Spartans, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Kroll. Kroll in center field. The Bixby Spartans, led by head coach Justin DeLay, in his third full year with the Spartans, already a state champion for the Spartans with the head coach, winning it last year. Now for the McAlester Buffaloes, 2-1 on the season. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow at short. Batting second, the third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel at the hot corner. Batting third, the first baseman, number 6, Gandon Mullins. Mullins at first base. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips behind the plate. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 21, Aiden Shumway. Shumway in right field. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 3, Jackson Lowerman. Lowerman in left field. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 5, Jordan Clark. Clark, the designated hitter for the pitcher, number 9, Max Harmon. Harmon on the bump. So, Nate, while we had this time, and they're about to announce those McAlester starting lineups, can you tell the people on the radio what are the color combinations for the visiting team and the home team today for the Buffaloes?
So for Bixby, you've got the looks like it's going to be white caps for them, blue jerseys with white numerals and red trim outlining it, white pants with red trim, And it looks like mostly blue shoes for everyone. And then with McAlester, you've got the classic home white pinstripe jerseys with black lettering, gold trim, and just the most beautiful combination you could possibly think of for McAlester.
And also, those are new jerseys, by the way.
Right.
So those are brand new jerseys. Every jersey you see this year for the Buffaloes, brand new jerseys. They're now Adidas brand. They got the pinstripes, italicized numbers, just slightly italicized, in the black numerals on the front and back. Instead of the interlocking MB on the front, it's just McAlester across the chest. Now let's go ahead and send it down to the field for the playing of our national anthem.
Playing the national anthem. Before the playing of the national anthem, we will recognize a moment of silence so that you may reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity. We ask you to be respectful to others around you during this moment of silence. Thank you. We have a lady up here by the name of Kylie Hendricks, McAlester student, singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the daughter we love what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare now both bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Partner?
Let's baseball.
Thank you, Ms.
It's a beautiful day in McAlester. A little bit on the chilly side, though. At first pitch today, it's going to be 52 degrees. Going to reach up to about 54 by the end of the game today. But it's not raining like it has been the last couple of days. Not a single cloud in the sky. It's a picture-perfect March day for baseball, about as good as it can be here on a weekend in the month of March in Oklahoma. Well, give it a week. It might be warmer. It could also be freezing, so you never know.
Yeah, we could have ice next week. Who knows?
How dare you put that on us, Ricky Bobby? Hey, let's go ahead and let's look at the defensive alignment here for the McAlester Buffaloes. At first base today, Mullins. Second base, Stinchcomb. Shortstop, Lesnow. Third base, Hodgel. In the outfield, Lauerman in left, Watkins in center, Shumway in right. In the battery for the Buffs today, Braden Phillips behind the plate, and Max Harmon on the mound for the Buffaloes, making his second start of the season. His first start of the year was the season opener against the Tulsa Union Redhawks. He went 4 innings pitched, was really good in the first 3 innings, but then the Redhawks do what the Redhawks do best. They end up figuring out pitchers a little bit better when they make their second or third time through the lineup. He ended up giving up 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, no strikeouts. But again, what Harmon has been really good at, especially last year for him when he pitched for McAlester, against a lot of really good teams. He played against multiple 6A teams. I think, let me look through Harmon's, he played 3 6A teams in Bishop Kelly. Those are the 4 games he pitched against, pitched for McAlester last year. And this is his second 6A team that he's taken on this year too. What helps him out is he's able to really pinpoint his spots. If he's getting clipping his zones, he ends up letting his defense work, and usually they pay him kindly. So we're about to have our first pitch. It's brought to you by Bixby Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. That's your first pitch sponsor for the season. And thank you to all of our sponsors: Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank & A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto for putting us on the air this season. We literally could not do it without y'all. Leading it off for the Bixby Spartans, the shortstop number 3, Cade Lewis. It's Harmon against Lewis to get us started off here. Harmon working out the windup. And the first pitch of the evening is going to be a fastball inside corner, strike 1, and that is how the ball game begins. It's baseball time here in the Heartland. So again, the Buffaloes and the Spartans if you didn't catch the pregame show, played each other last year. As here's the 0-1 pitch from Harmon. Misses upstairs above the Bixby script across the chest. Moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. It was a 2-1 walk-off win for the defending 6A state champions last year. That was over in Bixby. Count is 1-1. Harmon delivers. This one's going to miss up high as well. The count moves to 2-1. Again, with the chillier weather than what we had the first 2 games of the district schedule back on Monday and Tuesday, the wind is a little bit stronger. So here comes the 2-1 from Harmon. That will miss the outside corner. Now the hitter's count for Kate Lewis, 3 balls, 1 strike. And it's blowing in, well, it's really blowing towards the right field foul pole at about 13 miles an hour. So the outfield favoring right field a little bit, but not too much. 3-1. And that's going to be a ball down in the dirt.
Now batting for Bixby, the pitcher, Brian Jones.
So after the opening pitch strike, it's 4 consecutive balls to Kate Lewis. He takes first base where Gannon Mullins will hold him on. And that brings up the pitcher, number 18, Brian Justice. Playing even with the bag, double play depth, third baseman Hodgel. As the first pitch misses below the knees, ball 1. Some ties from head coach Justin DeLay to McAlester, Oklahoma a little bit. He played in Sunbelt as a catcher.
Okay.
And also he was a phenomenal player for the Bixby Spartans in his time as player. As Harmon steps off the rubber. He played at Bixby, then went to NOC Enid, UCO, Northeastern State University as well. He's a Bixby Athletics Hall of Famer. He's got records in games played in the season at 43. As here comes the 1-0 pitch. Be a called strike. Count moves to 1-1 here against the batter Brian Justice. But again, head coach Justin DeLay also has the most career games played at 162, most career hits at 192, at-bats at 508, runs scored at 112. As here's a pick off to first, and not in time. They had him leaning a little bit and aren't able to get Kate Lewis at first base. He was the single-season home run record holder until Max Knight, who graduated last year for the Spartans, broke it a couple seasons back. So here's the 1-1. Going to be a hard hit, line drive, left field. Jackson Lauerman giving chase. It's going to bounce past him and get towards the wall. This might score a run. It looks like it will. Lauerman grabs it. Runner rounds third, and it's going to be a RBI double here in the top of the first inning for Brian Justice, helping out his own cause. And already the Bixby Spartans, without an out on the scoreboard, get their run. 1-0 the score. Jet Hope coming up to the plate. But one more quick word on Justin DeLay. He had a career home run tally of 26. That is also, I believe, a Bixby Spartan baseball record. So, yeah, you think he was pretty good?
I'd say it wasn't too bad.
So Justice now at second base. Jet Hope at the plate, playing right field today. He was the pitcher last year against McAlester as he lines this one up the middle, and it's going to find an outfield turf. I think this is going to only advance Brian Justice 90 feet over to third base. It was weakly hit up the middle, and he was making his way back to the second base bag, thinking that Stinchcomb or Lesnow might grab it, but again, it was perfectly hit behind the second base bag for another single. Back-to-back hits for the Spartans here, puts runners at the corner with nobody out, and the Spartans leading 1-0 for the cleanup hitter, left fielder number 10, Barrett Stanley. First lefty the Harmon's facing today. Kicks and fires, first pitch, fouled straight back, strike 1. Again, in the first 6 games of the year, the Spartans have been known to be able to put up some runs. Again, they swept BA with a total score of 19-5. Which, again, Max Harmon pitched against the Broken Arrow Tigers last year. That was in Broken Arrow. Count 0-1 here on Hope. 31 move. They'll throw over to first, and a good dig out by Mullins keeps it in front. You can count 0-1. Based on what I see from last year's starting lineup, the Spartans only bring back one player in their lineup from a year ago, and it's Cody Kroll, who batted 9th last year, too. 0-1, fly ball, center field. Ethan Watkins giving chase towards the alleyway. Makes the catch, runner will tag from third, and that'll make the score 2-0. Sack fly by Barrett Stanley. Good running catch into the alleyway by Watkins. And that is a quick 2-0 score for the Spartans, but the Buffaloes do record their first out. Runner stays put, Jet Hope at first base. Brings up the designated hitter, number 28, Corbin Briggs. He's hitting today for the catcher, Brock Kopis. Decent lead over at first base as Harmon comes set. And the pitch, runner takes off for second. The pitch is a ball. The throw down 2 second is, he came off the bag and he's out. I think he would have got him even if he didn't come off the bag, but that was a awkward slide by Jet Hope over from first over to second base, and he came off the bag. So even if the throw didn't beat him, he was still going to be out with the tag applied, and that's a quick out number 2. The second runner thrown out of the year for Braden Phillips. And that clears the base paths. Count is 1-0 here on Corbin Briggs. Wind up and the pitch from Harmon. Fouled straight back. Count moves to even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good to know our field mic is working now.
Yes. Again, in the pregame show, just right before we went to our first commercial break, I didn't turn it on. I think that would help, wouldn't it?
It might. I mean, sometimes you can will it into existence.
Count 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm not a Jedi.
Are you sure?
Hope I was. Here's the 1-1 from Harmon. It's going to miss up above the Bixby script. Count moves to 2-1. The only time I'm a Jedi is when I walk into, supermarkets and they have the automatic sliding doors. Counts 2-1 in favor of the batter Briggs, and the pitch from Harmon goes with the off speed, bounces in the turf, and the count now 3 balls, 1 strike here for Briggs. Wind has died down since we got here today, though. It's the 3-1. Outside corner, fastball called, strike. Briggs didn't like it. Now the count will be full at 3-2.
He was about ready to take off.
So was Stinchcomb. He thought that was strike 3 at the moment, I think. Here's the windup and the 3-2. Hard hit ground ball down the third base line. It's going to be fair. It's going to go into the corner. Lauerman tracking it down. This is going to be an extra base hit. Lauerman picking up in foul territory. He'll fire it into the infield. It goes past Caden Less now, but backing him up is Gannon Mullins. It's a 3-2 double by Corbin Briggs down the left field line, and it brings up Cohen Miller. That's 3 hits here in the top of the first inning for the Spartans. So Cohen Miller batting out the 6 hole. There was a Carson Miller, I believe, that batted out the 7 hole for the Spartans last year, who went 1 for 3. As Miller digs into the box, righty on lefty matchup. Miller all the way back, slightly open stance. Runner at second base with 2 down. The pitch will miss low and inside, ball 1. Spartans have already scored 2 runs on a walk, an RBI double, single, sac fly. Buffs got their second out of the inning on a caught stealing from Phillips, getting Jet Hope. Here's the 1-0. Reaches for one. High hit fly ball to center field. Battling the wind is Ethan Watkins, still going back and making the catch as it kept on carrying on a gust out to right field. But Watkins sticks with it, makes the catch for out number 3. Bixby scores 2 runs on 3 hits. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 our score here on KNED.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Welcome to the ballpark here at McAlester Mike Deak Field. The second out of a scheduled 20 games McAlester will be playing here at McAlester Mike Deak Field. But you're not always guaranteed to have a great day of baseball like we saw on Thursday when the game at Sallisaw got canceled. So make your way on out, but we got you covered if you can't. First pitch swinging here in the bottom of the first is Caden Luss now. Swings and misses for strike one. Buffs down 2-0 on a 2-run top of the first on 3 hits for the Spartans. Buffalo's trying to even it up here in the bottom of the first. As the next pitch will be popped up, Wynn will take this one well out of play, and quickly Les now goes down in the count 0-2. Les now starting off the year 1 for 10 with an RBI. Buffaloes is a team right now trying to up that batting average. Again, we talked about their pitching and their defenses. Here's the 0-2. Curveball, and he sliced up. Les now there. Outside corner, great pitch there from the pitcher Justice for strike 3. Got him with the backwards K. That brings up Gunnar Hodgel. Let's go look around the diamond for the Spartans. You have Miller at first, Lou at second, Lewis at short, Franklin at third, Stanley at left field, Kroll in center, Hope in right. In the battery for the Spartans, you have Kopis behind the plate and Brian Justice on the mound. Justice a righty, and he got Les now with 3 pitches, 3 strikes there. Les now made contact a couple of times, but again, a nasty curveball was able to give him for the strikeout. First pitch to Gunnar Hodgel will miss up and inside for ball 1. Hodgel is the team leader right now in batting average, batting .400. He's 4 for 10 so far. So here's the 1-0. Fouled back into the glove of Kopis, and they'll move the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Hodgel had a 3 for 7 series against Durant with an RBI.
Take that every day.
1-1. Fouls this one back, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes here for Gunnar Hodgel. Last year, Hodgel went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against a tough Bixby Spartans pitching staff. In that game, Hodgel batted out the 7 hole. Now into the 2 as this off-speed pitch misses upstairs, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. In that game last year, McAlester was able to get 1 run on 4 hits. Bixby did not give up an error. They struck out 11 McAlester batters, walked only 1 as Hodgel stays alive here, fouling this one off to the backstop. Count still at 2-2. Gannon Mullins on deck, hit a couple of balls out to the warning track back on Tuesday against Durant. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hodgel, and it's a fastball, blew it by him for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks, a great start to the game for Brian Justice. And that brings up Gannon Mullins.
I think you can pretty easily tell right now Justice is not afraid to go after this McAlester lineup.
And he's working quickly, too. He's found himself in a groove. He doesn't want to slow things down. Gets the sign from his catcher Kopis, and then quickly starts his windup, and the first pitch to Mullins is off speed in there for strike 1. I mean, I want to time how much seconds it takes for him to get the ball and then throw a next pitch, as this one's going to be a check swing holding up as Mullins on the off speed. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, he knows there's not a pitch clock, right?
He doesn't care. I'm telling you, some guys just get into a groove and they don't want it to be interrupted. As the 1-1 is going to be fouled off, the count moves to 1-2. And some batters see this. Some batters see a guy likes to work quickly, so they get into the box, they hold their hand up for time, and they like to take their time getting into the box to try to throw them off a rhythm. But right now, Justice is in the zone, trying to strike out the side. The 1-2, ground ball left side. Snagged by the third baseman, Franklin. Throws across the diamond to first, finds Miller's glove for out number 3. The Buffaloes go 3 up, 3 down on a pair of strikeouts. McAlester trails 2-0 heading to the top of the second inning. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hole batters for the Spartans coming up when we come back here on.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare. Your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Buffalo's trailing 2-0 going to the top of the second inning. Max Harmon in for a second inning of work. The Spartans are able to get 3 hits off of him, 2 doubles and a single, and then score off a sac fly. And also that RBI double in the second batter of the game, Brian Justice. It's the bottom of the order, but since it's the bottom of the order, don't think that they can't hit, because Kamen Franklin, he's a junior committed to the University of Oklahoma. He'll be leading it off here. Third baseman number 9. Both these teams have district games coming up, as Bixby looks like they have on the way Capitol Hill on Monday and Tuesday. McAlester plays Tulsa Edison. Here's the first pitch of the second. Going to be a weakly hit ground ball to the shortstop Lesnow. Fields it quickly, fires over to first in time for out number 1. That's what you call efficiency. 1 pitch, 1 out there for Max Harmon on the 6-3 ground out. Brings up the 8-hole batter, second baseman number 15, Rhett Liu. McAlester will be playing those games a little bit earlier. Again, a lot of district games begin at 5 or 5:30. These games will begin at 4 on Monday and Tuesday. As Harmon faces the right-handed batter, Rhett Liu, here with 1 down, nobody on in the top of the second. Buffs trailing 2-0. First pitch down by the ankles, ball 1. White stands up at the plate here for the righty Liu. Lined up from Harmon and the 1-0 pitch. Good curveball catching the bottom outside part of the zone. Now moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking at Tulsa Edison's baseball team, by the way, if we want to look at the upcoming district matchup between McAlester and Edison. So here's the 1-1 pitch. Another good curveball. Looked like the same spot, but this one's going to miss a little bit outside, and the count moves to 2-1. Edison, they ended up getting swept by Coweta this week. They lost 9-7 in a close Monday district game, but then they lost 10-0 Coweta the next day. 2-1 pitch. Pop straight up, but it's going to get out of play. That wind is going to take that one out. The wind has more shifted from when we got here today around 10 in the morning. It's shifted more from blowing towards the right field foul line, more towards, I'd say, 13th Street to the left of the right field pole. Count right now is 2-2 here on Rhett Liu. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Max Harmon. Got him with the K, got him swinging. Sit him down, throw it around. That's 2 down here for the Spartans in the top of the second inning. Max Harmon recording his first strikeout of the season. And that brings up Cody Kroll. That's good for Max Harmon. Again, a little bit of a rough first inning. Only gave it 1 walk, but a few hits, and a couple of them were doubles. Bouncing back with 2 quick outs, trying to complete a solid inning. So the first pitch misses down low for ball 1. Kroll is the only one, I believe, that batted in last year's game against McAlester that's batting in this year's game. He went 0 for 2, reached on an error, grounded out to second, and walked. As this one's chopped into the McAlester dugout. Nearly have some guys falling over the railing trying to grab that one. Yeah, it moves to 1-1. But again, going back over to Edison Prep, they're 1-4 on the year. Their 1 win was their last game that they played. As here's the next pitch that's going to bounce. Count moves to 2-1. And that was against Class A Liberty. They beat them, what is today, the 9th? They beat them yesterday 8-1. Lost to Ulaga Talala, or
I think that's right.
I hope I said that right. That's 8-6. back on Thursday. 2-1 will be fouled out, and the count moves to 2-2. Deuce is wild here with nobody on. And 2 down for the Spartans, leading by 2 here.
In the second.
So deuces are completely wild. McAlester has not played at Tulsa Edison in a district game since 2019. In 5 years.
I remember that one.
There were 2 really good games. We'll talk about that here after this next pitch. Harmon, the 2-2 delivery. Misses upstairs. There were 2 great games. Count is now full, by the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. McAlester won in walk-off fashion 13-12 here in McAlester.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then they won like 5-3 or 6-4 the next day over in Tulsa Edison. The 3-2, checked at, barely staying alive because that would have been a called strike. Off into the Spartan dugout, and the count is still full at 3-2. But the last time that the 2 teams played each other was actually in the 2021 regional tournament here in McAlester. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's going to miss low and outside, and that will walk Cody Kroll to bring up the top of the order. Cade Lewis, who walked his first time up, will come up to the plate. Yeah, and that Tulsa Edison-McAlester matchup in 2021, they played each other twice in the regional tournament. Edison actually had the upset win over McAlester in the opening round. I believe it was 6-4. And then McAlester was able to beat Tulsa Memorial, get back to Edison, and then beat them 16-2 before Bishop Kelly beat them here in the regional. It was actually supposed to be Bishop Kelly's regional, but at the time they didn't have lights.
Right.
So it went to McAlester. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is the ball. The throw down 2-second is going to get past the second base bag, rolls over to the right field. Les now picks it up, fires over to third base, and Hodgel keeps it in front. But allows the runner to take third base. That's going to go down as an error, just seeing on who. It's not going to be on Phillips. So a steal of second, reaching third on an error here. And the count is 1-0 here for Cade Lewis. Wind up from Harmon, and the 1-0 delivery. Line drive, center field coming in on his Watkins, but it's going to one-hop to him. And that's an RBI single for Cade Lewis. And that extends the Spartan lead to 3-0. Brian Justice hit an RBI double into left field his first time up. And it was with Cade Lewis at first base, so he's going to try to do it again, hoping to repeat history. Harmon to a pause. Good lead at first. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is high. There's going to be no chance at second base. So into scoring position goes Cade Lewis. Count 1-0 here for Brian Justice. And trying to help out his own cause. On the pitching side of things, in the bottom of the first, struck out 2 batters, ground up to third for the other one. Spin move. Again, way off the second base bag, but neither Stinchcomb nor Lesnow was close enough to the bag to want to risk a throw, but just trying to keep the runner honest. 2-out lead there for Lewis over at second base. The 1-0 pitch. Good pitch on the outside corner with the fastball. Now to 1 ball, 1 strike. Want to remind everyone we're actually streaming on 1080p today, which is something we get to do at home games a lot. If it's football or baseball, that's something that we're going to be doing a lot more here. So here's the 1-1. It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2. If you want to get to that, all you have to do is go to the settings tab, wherever your YouTube settings tab is at, whether you're on your mobile device or desktop, and just go to advanced settings, I believe, and just click on 1080.
That sounds right.
Something like that. But there's a way to unlock it, I promise. Harmon trying to lead the runner stranded at the 2-2 pitch. He checked. He went around. That is strike 3. Got him with the high cheddar. That will be out number 3. Striking out 2 in the process here in this top of the second inning is Max Harmon. But the Bixby Spartans do get a run on an RBI single from Cade Lewis. Spartans leading 3-0 going to the home half of the second. Middle of the order up for the Buffaloes here on
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Buffalo's down 3-0 to the Bixby Spartans as we head to the home half of the second inning. Be the middle of the order up for the Buffaloes: Braden Phillips, Aiden Shumway, and Ethan Watkins. Again, Phillips on the year so far, just 1 for 9. Again, it took on the Union Redhawks on last Friday, 8 days ago that would be, and then had the Durant Lions back on Monday and Tuesday. Phillips went 1 for 6 in the Lions series with a double and an RBI. First pitch curveball, but right now they're taking on a tough pitcher in Brian Justice. Curveball hits the outside corner. Count moves to 0-1. Justice forced the Buffaloes to go 3 up, 3 down in the home half of the first, trying to do it in the second too. Is this curveball too far outside and moves the count to 1-1. It's 3-0 right now, heading to the home half of the second. Justice winds and deals the pitch. Ground ball left side again. This one's a diving attempt, but gets to the shortstop, jumping over the third baseman to try to make the throw. Pulls the first baseman Miller off the bag, and it leads to Phillips reaching first base as both Phillips and Coach Meadows over here at the first base side was reaching down to pick up a armband. They headbutted each other. That's going to go down as an infield single, I believe, for Braden Phillips. And that's what it will be ruled on the scoreboard here. So it's a softly hit ball that got past the diving third baseman Franklin. As here's a bunt showed by Shumway, pulls back, called strike. Lewis had come in on it. He had to jump over the diving Franklin to try to make the play. And Phillips was able to beat it out. 0-1. Pops it up right side. Let's see if Miller can go track this one down. Looks like the wind will take this one out of play. And count quickly goes to 0-2 on Aiden Shumway.
Yeah, that was a tough angle for me to get.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Do not worry about it.
Because we are, like, you would basically end up just seeing Brandon.
You don't want to see that. Face made for radio. 0-2 pitch to Shumway. Curveball misses outside. Good eyes there by Shumway. Aiden on the season so far, 2 for 8 with an RBI. He's walked twice in the Durant series, went 2 for 6. Not much of a lead at first base by Phillips. The 1-2 takes off for second. Pitch is a called strike 3 as it popped out of the glove of Copus, but it leads to Phillips taking second base. Third strikeout of the day for Brian Justice brings up Ethan Watkins. Watkins, this is what's Watkins' batting lineups are always the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Despite not having a hit so far this year, he leads the team in RBIs.
That makes sense.
He's actually had the tie for the team lead in RBIs. Hodgel has 2 as well. As this first pitch misses up and outside to Watkins for ball 1. But like last year, it was either bunt singles or extra base hits. I think there's only 3 singles, like actual hit singles that he had the entire season.
I mean, whatever works, right?
I like extra base hits. And right now Phillips is picked off, but it's dropped by the shortstop and it allows Phillips to take off for third. They had Phillips completely picked off. A good spin move by Justice on the mound. Had him, but it's dropped by Lewis. And that'll be the first error of the day for Bixby, allowing Phillips to take third base. He was hung out to dry, but the Buffaloes get a stroke of good fortune there. Next pitch to Watkins, misses low and outside. The count moves to 2-0. Watkins has the tie for the team lead and walks with Jordan Clark with 3 so far this year. 2-0 delivery. Swings and misses as this one gets away from the catcher a little bit, Copes, but it was right there by his feet. Count to 2-1. So Phillips at third base. Buffalo's trailing 3-0, trying to cut into the deficit 2-1. That's the best curveball of the day from Justice. The big bender fills the zone. Delayed called strike 2. Count moves to 2-2. The windup and the pitch from the righty goes back with the curveball. Good job by Copus keeping it in front, and count moves to full at 3-2. For any Bixby fans that might be watching today, there's not a very big backstop, so if it does get past the catcher, it's not a guaranteed run because it could bounce right back over the catcher. 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the fastball. That's now already 4 out of the 5 outs from the Buffaloes today on the strikeout. And it brings up Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb 1 for 8 on the year with an RBI. As here's the first pitch to him. Chopper up the middle. It'll find its way to the outfield turf. Miscommunication between the middle infielders leads to an RBI single for Spencer Stinchcomb. First pitch, swing and goes Stinchcomb, his second RBI of the year. As that one was a high chopper, Lewis thought that Lou had it at second base.
And vice versa.
And it leads to a 3-1 still Spartan advantage for Jackson Lauerman now. In the right-handed batter's box, Stinchcomb at first base, 2 down. Buffalo's trailing 3-1. Ground ball to the first base side. Snagging it is Miller, and he will take it himself to the first base bag for out number 3. But the Buffaloes cut into the deficit with a couple of hits, one by Phillips, one by Stinchcomb. It's 3-1 Bixby as we head to the top of the third here on.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fenton Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot!
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South Georgia Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Well, the Buffaloes knew they had a little bit of a struggle hitting with runners in scoring position during the Durant series. They were 4 for 25 with runners in scoring position, but today they're 1 for 2. Spencer Stinchcomb gets a big hit to bring the deficit now to 3-1 against the Spartans. Max Harmon will try to keep the damage right now at only 2 runs, right? As we head to the top of the third inning, it's 3-1 Spartans lead. And it'll be the heart of the order up. Jet, Hope, Barrett, Stanley, and Corbin Briggs. Between those 3 hitters, they were 2 for 2 with an RBI sac fly in the middle from Barrett Stanley. Hope hit a single his first time up. He'll dig into the box. Harmon in for his third inning of work. Harmon with the windup and the first pitch. Pops it up. Going to be a hard one in the infield. This one might be a tough play to make. Les now calls everyone off and makes the catch as he roams past the second base bag, followed it all the way, and that'll be out number 1. Again, 1 pitch, 1 out here for Max Harmon in back-to-back innings. Again, pop-ups like that with the wind blowing the way it is today is not easy. They're not easy at all.
I mean, I'm sure you've dealt with that a time or two.
And I looked like an idiot doing it, I promise you. Harmon, the windup and the pitch. To the lefty, Barrett Stanley, in the dirt for ball 1, rather in the turf. Yeah, I played third base for anyone that doesn't know, and I was begging for my shortstop to call me off one. It was a weekend game like this, too. And it was a bright, sunshiny day as the 1-0. Fastball misses inside. Phillips wanted it, doesn't get it. Count moves to 2-0. And this one I remember the most. There's actually a picture of me on my back, falling over, trying to make the catch after it bounces, dealing with this. I looked like an idiot. Here comes the 2-0 from Harmon as this one's grounded in the first base side. Nice snag by Gannon Mullins. He'll step on first, and that's back-to-back outs here for Max Harmon in the Buffalo defense. And it brings up Corbin Briggs. But no, it was a pop-up that was like that. I'm following it in the wind. I'm looking up straight into the blue sky, and all I see is the ball, and it's waving left and right. And I'm freaking out as it's making its way down to earth.
It's almost impossible to track at that point.
And then I feel like it hit like a gust of wind as it was making its way towards the glove, and it pushed it to the left at the last second. And I fall on my back trying to make this catch. First pitch misses upstairs for ball one. The shortstop that day, Dalton Wood, there's a picture of him catching on the bounce and him like looking around to see if he's getting to second base. And you just see me feet up in the air. It's embarrassing. The 1-0 will be fouled straight back. I'll move the count to 1-1 But that's just to say that, again, bringing it all the way back around, those high hit fly balls are not easy. Briggs hit a double his last time up. It was down the left field line as the 1-1 will miss down by the ankles. The count moves to 2-1.
Not to mention whatever spin the ball took whenever it got hit.
Yeah, and I mentioned this during the Durant game that was at Durant. Lefties hitting over to that third base side. There's a little bit of slice to it like a golf swing as the 2-1. Once again to the third baseman. Fielding it is Hodgel. Has plenty of time. Throws over to first in time for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down go the Bixby Spartan offense. Great bounce back inning for Max Harmon. It looks like he is settled in. Buffalo's trail 3-1, trying to once again get it a little bit closer. It will be the 9-1-2 batters when we return here on K.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Leading off bottom of third for your Buffaloes, the DH, Jordan Clark.
Buffaloes, after having their best defensive inning of the game so far in the top of the third, head to the bottom of the third, down 3-1, coming off of a couple of hits. And they have a ground ball to the second baseman here. It's Lou that picks it up, quickly fires over to first to get a speedy Jordan Clark, as that's a first pitch, first out for Brian Justice, 4-3 ground out. Brings up the top of the order. Caden Lesnow struck out looking his first time up. One of the Buffalo seniors on this team, son to Lacey Lesnow, Nathan Lesnow. His plans to go to college on a sports scholarship and get a business degree. Has a couple of offers right now for football. As the first pitch fastball misses for ball one, the 2-year starting quarterback for the McAlester Buffalo football team. Started multiple years. He was also a starting wide receiver on the runner-up year back in 2021, as this one's fouled straight back to move the count to 1-1. So he was the wide receiver on the 2021 runner-up team, starting quarterback on the 2022 runner-up team.
And even played a little bit of wide receiver last year, too.
A little bit, yeah, he did. A couple of games. Well, one full game and another one, a couple of plays. Here's the 1-1 from Justice that misses up and inside. Count moves in favor here for Lesnow. 2 balls, 1 strike. His favorite movie is Step Brothers.
Hey, that's a good choice.
It's a good choice, especially if you like comedy movies. 2-1. It's going to be a pop-up again. May not be easy. Up into the blue sky. Who's got it? Looks like Lou, the second baseman, will shade the sun, make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. Brings up Gunnar Hodgel. But if for any parents out there that's like, oh, Step Brothers must be a good movie, don't show it to your kids.
Nope.
2 down as we head to the home half of the third. Buffaloes are trailing 3-1. Hodgel struck out swinging his first time up as he pops this one over to right field, but again, well out of play towards the sea of concrete,
there
a.k.a. the parking lot. You're waiting on that?
I've been waiting on that all day.
Strike 1. My first year calling baseball was actually for Eastern Oklahoma State College back in 2015, as here's the 0-1. Curveball that misses the knees. Oh, no, it catches the knees. Delayed strike call. Count moves to 0-2. But I called the parking lot, the Sea of Concrete, because I couldn't remember what a parking lot was called. So it's just been a running gag from then on out. The 0-2, got him with the curveball. Great pitch from Justice, and that will be another strikeout. But the Buffaloes down by only 2 as we head now to the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 is our score. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leading off stop before the first baseman, Cohen Miller.
Welcome back to sunny McAlester, Oklahoma. If you're watching on the video stream, you might see that too. There's some glares that are coming off of the window right now, but it's not too bad. But it is a sunny day, and that's what a couple of infielders were battling, trying to catch some fly balls in the previous half inning. We head to the top of the 4th, and it is 3-1. And here's a foul ball off of the catcher, Phillips, but it looked like it hit off the shin guard. And we start off the top of the 4th with a strike to... That's Cohen Miller, the 6, 7, 8-hole batters. Miller flew out to center field his first time up. Another lefty here for the Spartan offense. Buffalo's trailing 3-1. Here's a pitch from Harmon in for his 4th inning of work. Misses low and outside. Counting now to 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, let us know where you're watching or listening from on Twitter. That's at Buff Sports Radio, Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Or you can let us know on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio, commenting under our last post that we put out. Here's a softly hit line drive up the middle, and running and snagging it is Spencer Stinchcomb in front of the second base bag. Got a good beat, and that'll be out number 1. As we have my pops listening. He says, not just my pops, I have my pops and my mom listening, grabbing some lunch right now. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Lunch sounds really good right now.
Harmon will foul this one off over towards the dugout, McAlester dugout. Thanks, Nate. Now I'm hungry. 3-1's the score. The count is 0-1 with 1 down, nobody on for Kamen Franklin. Again, a University of Oklahoma commit, a junior right now for the Spartans. Grounded out to short his first time up. Batting out of the 7th hole, the 0-1 pitch. Good fastball outside corner, strike 2. Harmon has really settled in after that, I'd say the first inning, where he gave up 3 hits. It's only been 1 since then. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. Harmon, the windup, and the 0-2. Ground ball down the left side, and it'll stay foul. Still ahead in the count, 0-2. Well, in the first inning, he was also starting, the first couple of innings, he was starting some batters out ahead with the ball. And here, recently, he's been getting ahead in counts. And usually you can tell, most of the time, you can tell what direction a at-bat is going to go based on the very first pitch of the at-bat. Right. Started off with the strike, you're already in command. The 0-2. Fouled straight back. Count stays at 0-2, and good battle here by Kamen Franklin. And the runs for the Spartans, bringing you up to date if you're just now listening. It was a Brian Justice double and a Barrett Stanley RBI sac fly to put 2 on the board for the Spartans in the top of the first. As the 0-2 is going to be a line drive down the left field line, but foul. About 2 feet foul. Count stays at 0-2. 3 consecutive foul balls here from Kamen Franklin. Again, that made the score 2-0. They tacked on another run on an RBI single from Cade Lewis. But the Buffaloes got on the board too. Braden Phillips got on base with a single, and Spencer Stinchcomb drove him in a few batters later. And that's where we're at right now, 3-1 in the top of the 4th inning. 0-2 will do it again. Max Harmon deals. And a good pitch, but misses upstairs. Wasn't a strike. I don't want anyone to think that. But it was a good location and a good idea on an 0-2 pitch well out of the zone up high, a possible chasing pitch. Now 1-2. Harmon delivers. Curveball chasing it, but again, fouling it off is Franklin. It's the 4th foul ball with 2 strikes on him in this at-bat. Again, wind has slowly been shifting its way towards center field, still blowing out to right field. So here's the 1-2. Again, another foul ball. Franklin now back into the grandstand netting. Talk about an at-bat here.
We're pushing 10 pitches on this at-bat.
If that's at least 5 foul balls. I think we're at, that would be, this is pitch number 9. Harmon, the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Max Harmon wins the battle. Sit him down, throw it around, 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning.
Man, he made Harmon work for that strikeout.
He did. And that brings up Rhett Lou, who was Harmon's first strikeout of the season. That's now 3 strikeouts on the day here for Max Harmon. At 6 consecutive outs here for Max Harmon. First pitch to Lou is going to be fouled out of play. Count 0-1. And Lou struck out swinging. On deck is Cody Krull, who walked and was eventually the last run scored by the Spartans. The 0-1 is low. This is down by the ankles. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. By the way, first pitch today was at 12:05, so as we're almost to the halfway point in a 7-inning game, we've been moving pretty quickly.
Yeah, just over an hour.
The 1-1 is in the turf, and that moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. I don't get everyone that's complaining about long baseball games, though. I've never minded long, unless your team is down. If you're the team that's losing by 7 or 8 runs, then you mind a long baseball game. But I've never minded a close long baseball game. It's the 2-1's going to be fouled back to move the count to 2-2. Deuces wild again. Because if I go to like a Rangers or Yankees game or a Royals game, I paid the ticket. I want to be there as long as possible.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. As long as it's a good game. Wind up in the 2-2 from Harmon. Line drive, right center field. This is going to be a gapper, and it's going to get its way towards the warning track. Watkins cuts it off, quickly throws over to second base. And, hey, if a little bit slower was Rhett Lou, I think he would have got him out over at second base, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Lou. As Watkins did a twirl in right center field, was able to plant his back foot and deliver a strike to Caden Lesnow, covering the second base bag. But getting there was Lou, and that's a 2-out trouble here for the Spartans. Brings up Cody Kroll. That's what you have, 2 outs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the scoreboard has it at 1 right now. So I thought Cohen Miller lined out to center to start off the inning. First pitch, showing bunt, and it was fouled. Okay, foul tipped onto the tunnel over here at Mike Deak Field. Again, for Spartan fans that have never been to Mike Deak Field before, another really cool aspect to the stadium here is you have that tunnel that you can go underneath, and it's a really cool place to sit. I've always enjoyed it as a fan, sitting in there underneath the tunnel. Good place to see balls and strikes. Count is 0-1, but those spots fill up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The 0-1 pitch. This is upstairs, and then move the count to 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, you have to probably get here, I'd say, hour 45. Not an hour 45, 45 minutes to an hour early.
It's why it's a premier destination to watch a high school baseball game, and sometimes you get lucky enough to be able to catch some college games here too. So here's the 1-1 from Harmon with a runner at second. Misses upstairs and outside. It's because there's multiple ways to watch this game. You can watch it in the pavilion next to the concession stand. You can, like I said, get here early, get underneath the tunnels. There's another kind of setup stand over here towards our right. You can get your lawn chairs out like you do at a lot of baseball games and go past the McAlester dugout on the left side. Great views. And don't forget about the grandstand, the 2-1. Going to be a pop-up left side. It's going to stay in play. In foul territory, Lauerman tracks it down, and what a catch Jackson Lowerman with his second highlight reel catch of the week. He roamed into the left field foul territory area. Again, told you it's hard to track down these fly balls with the wind blowing it the way it is today. Was able to adjust for the gust of wind as it came down to Mother Earth and reached as far back as his left arm would go and brought it in. Action Jackson with another catch to end the inning. We played half a 7-inning ball game. Buffaloes trailing 3-1, trying to get back to even here on K.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
When I say we have Buffalo fans far and wide, I mean we have Buffalo fans far and wide. Brian saying, let's go Buffs, listening in from Florida. Thank you for tuning in. Buffaloes are down right now 3-1. Again, thank you, Brian, for tuning in from the Sunshine State. As here's the first pitch to Gannon Mullins, a curveball that misses outside, ball 1. Buffaloes trailing 3-1 as we head to the home half of the 4th.
Kind of jealous being in Florida right now.
Buffaloes are going to roam off to Arizona here in about 8 days. As here's a called strike 1, and guess who's going to be going with them?
Who's that?
K&D Radio, baby.
All right.
So we're going to be covering wherever the Buffaloes roam. We are there with them. So if I know a lot of people can't make their way on out to Arizona as the 1-1. Will be a curveball missing for ball 2. But that's why we, do the best that we can to make sure that they're covered, that you get live play-by-play action. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup out in front. Count moves to 2-2. But going back to Buffalo fans far and wide, I think the last time that I was able to count up how many states that we've had people listen in from is here's the 2-2. Miss upstairs, count moves to 3-2. And this is just radio-wise, by the way. Mm-hmm. We have had verified. That means people have checked in with us. 36 out of the 50 states.
Wow.
People have listened to McAlester athletic events from just on the app or just saying they're listening in. That doesn't include the video stream. Here's a line drive down the left field line. Will it land? It will. That's going to be a leadoff base hit for Gannon Mullins on a line drive. Brings up Braden Phillips. Phillips, the catcher, number 8. Also, that doesn't include some people that listen from different countries, which is really cool. But 36 different states that have tuned in to McAlester baseball, basketball, football, radio broadcasts over the years, at least since we began back in 2017 with the football season. First pitch to Braden Phillips, misses down low for a ball. He had the first hit of the day for the Buffaloes on an infield single to the shortstop, Lewis. Mullins at first base. Phillips represents a tying run. Here's a line drive down the right field line, but it's going to tail foul. And coming back over to first base is Mullins. I had that same reaction, random fan. Wish that was a little bit 7 feet to the left. It would have hit off that right field line. Again, Buffaloes are trailing 3-1. Been warming up in the bullpen is Jackson Lowerman. If Harmon needs the help. So here's the 1-1 to Phillips. They'll bounce in the turf. Kind of gets away from the catcher, Copus, a little bit, but not enough for Mullins to take second. Phillips now ahead in the count, 2-1. And he has one of the 3 Buffalo hits. It's been 5 hits for Bixby, 3 for McAlester. Both teams have an error apiece. Pickoff over to first. Back in safely is Mullins with the slide. Last year, Braden Phillips, .296 batting average, had 18 RBIs. The returning team leader in on-base percentage at .409. 2-1. Hard hit ground ball left side, deep into the hole. He can't get it on the backhand as the shortstop Lewis as he had to slide, but he does keep it in front, and that's another infield single for Mr. Braden Phillips. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
And
And the tying run is now on the base paths. Brings up Aiden Shumway. This is the Buffalo's best chance at tying the game back up after the Spartans took an early 2-0 lead in the first 4 batters of the game back in the first.
The way Justice pitched today, you've got to take advantage of this.
The middle of the order has been doing most of the damage for the Buffalo offense. He shows bunt. Shumway gets it down, fielded by the pitcher, waiting for his second base to cover it. That's going to be Lou as he grabs it from Justice, but that's picture perfect there for Aiden Shumway getting down the sack bunt. And that brings up Ethan Watkins. Watkins is the only player on the lineup this year that hit home runs last year from McAlester, and he hit 3 of them. He's got the battle to win if he's going to do it today, but if he can get a base hit, we have a tie game here. Struck out swinging his first time up, has runners at second and third. First pitch. Curveball in there, strike 1. Also, Justice, it looks like he's relied a little bit more on his curveball here in the last couple of innings than he did in the first 2. Wind up in the 0-1. He goes back to it. It's going to miss down the turf, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. He was mixing in his pitches really well in the first 2 innings. He was mixing up the fastball through some changeups, but now it's been really curveball heavy. Not saying that he's abandoned the fastball, but he's been curveball heavy. Count 1-1 with 1 down to Watkins. Swing and a miss. There's the fastball. Count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
As soon as you mention it.
I know. Watkins looking for RBIs 3 and 4 on the season. But right now down on the count 1-2. And the pitch. And he chased it late on the curveball. He saw it well at first, but then he didn't know if it was going to catch the outside part of the zone, and he waved the bat at it and came up empty. And that'll be strike 3. So it's Spencer Stinchcomb who had an RBI single. That's the only run the Buffaloes have scored so far, trying to get it done again. He's got 2 RBIs on the season. First pitch. Fouls it back into the glove of Copus for strike 1 on a huge hack there from Stinchcomb.
Just trying to get that in one of the gaps.
Outfield playing a little bit shallow right now. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball misses. Good eye there by Stinchcomb. Count moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. Some McAlester fans here in a key spot in the game. You can tell bottom of the 4th, down by 2 with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Getting on their feet right now. Here's the 1-1. Popped it up, is going to stay in play. Goes over towards us in the press box, and it will land out of play. Again, that wind gushing in from left field at the last second, because I'm looking over at the first baseman Miller. He was right here as I'm pointing. I know no one can see this, but pointing right in front of the press box. Reached up with his glove, and then as it was coming down, went past the press box. Thank goodness. That also emphasizes how impressive of a catch that was by Lauerman over in left field. Counts 1-2. Working out of the windup with the runners at second and third. The pitch from Justice. Curveball missed outside. Infield wanted it. Doesn't get it. Count still 2-2. Stinchcomb trying to come up clutch here. Bottom of the 4th. Righty on righty matchup. Justice gets the signs and the pitch. Curveball, ground ball up the middle, and it's going to get into the outfield turf. 1 run scores. It's bobbled in center. A 2 RBI single by Spencer Stinchcomb. Have yourself a day. When you have needed a clutch hit the past 2 games from McAlester, it has been Spencer Stinchcomb and those ground balls up the middle. And it brings up to the plate Jackson Lauerman as this game is tied. First pitch called strike on the fastball from Justice. Count 0-1 with 2 down, runner at first. 3-3 our score, home half of the 4th. Peeking over at first is Justice. Kicks and deals. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Lauerman grounded out to the first baseman, Miller. That was back in the 2nd inning. Both teams have 5 hits apiece. Justice trying to end the inning. Stinchcomb takes off, and the 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. A good bounce back at bat for Brian Justice. But the Buffaloes, textbook offense there. Single, sack bunt moves them over. 2 RBI single by Spencer Stinchcomb ties it up 3-3 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Well, Max Harmon's day is done. He will get a no decision in this game as the Buffaloes tie it up in the bottom of the 4th to move it to 3-3 as we head to the top of the 5th. A pitching change brought to you by Jet Tire Service. This Call to the Bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire, who has been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. It's now Jackson Lauerman on the mound for the Buffaloes. We'll look at his pitching lineup from last year in just a little bit, but let's look at the defensive changes for McAlester. As we have Aiden Shumway, he's moving from right field over to left field. We have Jaden Chaney enter the game into right field, so that means that he is in for the 9 spot as, well, I think that's how that's going to work here, because playing right field with Shumway, he's in for Harmon, so Harmon's completely out of the game. That means the 9 spot is opened up for Jaden Chaney. Again, Chaney in right field. Looking at Lauerman's line from last year, he had a 1-3 record. He pitched in 29 1/3 innings, which is the 3rd most returning for McAlester from a year ago. A 5.25 ERA, struck out 21, walked 18. And if you needed a ground ball, and it was Jackson Lauerman, that's who you called. And he led the team. He's the team returning leader in ground ball percentage from a year ago. Nearly 60% of balls put in play against Lauerman last year was a ground ball. Tie game 3-3 as we enter the top of the 5th inning. First pitch of the season for Jackson Lauerman on the bump is going to miss up high for ball 1. Up to the plate, it's the top of the order. Cade Lewis, Brian Justice, and Jet Hope. Lauerman takes a breath, and the windup in the pitch. Curve ball missed outside, and the count quickly goes to 2-0 here on Lewis. Lewis on the day is 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI single. And wind still blowing out to right field as here's the 2-0. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's actually tipped on the way there. And the count now moves to 2-1.
It's weird that we didn't hear that.
I know. That's why I turned up the field mic a little bit. It's still working. 2-1 the count. Playing a little bit in at third base is Hodgel. Rest of the outfield regular, or rather, rest of the infield regular depth as the next pitch misses up high to move the count to 3-1 here on Lewis.
Definitely wouldn't be the first time the field mic's gone out on us during the middle of the game.
I mean, there's a good chance it happens on us today, too. It's battery operated for anyone that doesn't know that. Here's the 3-1. That's right down Broadway with the fastball from Lauerman. The count moves to 3-2.
I remember when we was at Putnam City, I had to go out onto the roof to change it in the middle of the game.
I forgot about that. Here's the 3-2 from Lauerman. Fastball that misses upstairs, and that'll be ball 4. That brings up Brian Justice, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a strikeout.
Brian Justice.
Yeah, but I think it was Putnam City West, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know it was out in Putnam City. I'm not sure.
It was either PC North or PC West. Can't really remember. But, yeah, we had to put the wireless mic on the roof. And we had a doubleheader that day. Pickoff over to first. I think they got him. Oh, they're going to call him safe. Again, it was a quick move by Lauerman. Again, we had to be quick on the camera there, too. So he got you, too. I think he got underneath the tag. The ball was there in time, but I do think that Lewis got underneath the tag. But nearly had Lewis. A good move from Lauerman. And the pitch. Fastball upstairs. It pops out the glove of Phillips, but he catches it in midair. The count starts ahead for Justice at 1-0. If you're just now joining us, it's exactly the same across the board. There's 3 runs by the by the Buffaloes, 3 runs by the Spartans. Both teams have 5 hits. Both teams have 1 error on my scorecard here. Pickoff over to first again, trailing off the bag, but this time in plenty of time, and also Mullins didn't get the tag down on Lewis.
Not catching me napping that time.
That one wasn't the close one. Come on, buddy. You're slipping a little bit. The 1-0. Popped up the shoot. Could be playable. Phillips trying to track it down. Lauerman calls him off, and it's going to land right where Phillips was. And it bounces into the turf. Again, that is a play that in Major League Baseball you'll see a catcher make that play a lot, but in high school baseball, the pitcher kind of sees that a little bit better.
Yeah.
Again, with the way the wind's blowing today, no fly ball is a gimme. Phillips heard Lauerman call him off and got out of the way. I think that would have been a hard catch for either one of them. Counts 1-1. And staying alive here is Brian Justice. Buffs hope that one doesn't come back to hurt him. The 1-1, runner takes off for second. Way too high and jumping for joy and grabbed the ball down is Braden Phillips. Testing his vertical on that one. Keeps the ball from getting to the backstop. The count now to 1-1 or 2-1? 2-1. Scoreboard still shows 1-1 over here at Mike Deak Field. But Nate's on the job here on the video board.
Doing my best.
2-1 the count, nobody out with the go-ahead run at second base. Lauerman delivers, goes back to the curveball, and it bounces right behind the plate. Hitters count for Justice at 3-1. On deck is Jet Hope, who is 1 for 2. 3-1 pitch. Fastball that misses up and outside. That'll be ball 4. So Justice survives that scare with the pop-up into foul territory by the plate. And it leads to a walk. And it brings up Jet Hope. Back-to-back walks to start off the top of the 5th inning for the Spartans in a tied 3-3 game. Hope, the 3-hole hitter, again 1 for 2. Barrett Stanley on deck is 0 for 1 with a RBI sac fly. Good news for McAlester right now, forced out of any bag. Lauerman deals. First pitch popped out of play. Count to 0-1. And the Bixby Spartans has had a good start to their season. Began it over at the Texas 5-tool Invitational. Ended up going 2-1, where last year they went 0-3. The 0-1 is going to bounce in the turf. Good read by the runner at second. Now they're going to throw behind over to second base, and it'll be not in time. Good snag by Stinchcomb at second base to keep it from getting into the outfield. Lesnow was there to back him up anyway, but if it gets past Stinchcomb, I think that's enough time for Lewis to take off from third to home. Mm-hmm. So it was a good backhand to be able to keep the runner at third. Infield comes in on the infield turf now with runners at second and third, and they count 1-1 in a tie 3-3 game and nobody out. Lauerman winds and deals to Jet Hope. Line drive, right field. Cheney going back on it, still going back, and he can't make the catch. Gets past him and gets towards the wall. 2 runs are going to score. The Spartans retake the lead, and it's going to be a stand-up 2 RBI double by Jet Hope, the Oklahoma State commit. As right now, Bixby fans, I'm sure saying go Pokes on that one. And it makes it a 5-3 game, goes opposite field. And still nobody out here in the top of the 5th for the Spartans. Barrett Stanley now comes up to the plate. Left-handed batter. If there's the wind's benefiting anybody today, it's the left-handed batter, as the wind's blowing out to the right field foul pole. First pitch in the turf, ball 1. Jackson Lauerman getting his first appearance on the mound this season, as we have a, let's see, Hope is a right fielder, so this is a pinch runner. It's not a courtesy runner. It's a number 8, which is Brooks Dixon. So we're going to keep an eye on him to see if that's going to be the new player into the game for the Spartans. So everyone's marking that down. But again, looking back at Lauerman on the mound, he's the son to Melanie and Colby Lauerman. Plans to go to college and get a business degree like Caden Lustnow, his favorite movie, Step Brothers. And his favorite food is Mexican food. And his favorite baseball memory so far for the Buffaloes, the Gulf Shores trip a couple seasons back. The 1-0. That's a good pitch, but misses outside. Count goes to 2-0. Buffalo's trailing 5-3 after they tied it in the bottom of the 4th. Those Spartans get it right back in the top of the 5th. This one's going to be fouled back into the netting. And the count now 2-1 here on the lefty Barrett Stanley, with Brooks Dixon at second base. Lauerman comes to a pause, looks at second base, kicks and fires the pitch. 2-1. Again, good spot. Just missing outside. Counting out a 3-1.
And of course, we don't have a great view of side to side up here.
McAlester dugout obviously not happy with that last call. He's thrown 2 strikes, I believe, in this at bat and has not gotten the call. Counts 3-1. Lauerman fires. Line drive right back up the middle. It's going to be bobbled on the hop over to Lustnow. Gets it quickly and fires over to first. What a play there by the shortstop Lustnow. Sticking with it. And it leads to the out. That one was on a frozen rope off of the bat of Barrett Stanley. It was a one-hopper that Lustnow bodied up, was able to keep in front, popped up, and again, keeping the concentration to grab the ball and deliver an absolute strike to fellow senior Gannon Mullins at first base. Runner does advance 90 feet from second to third. So there is one down now in the top of the 5th inning. Spartans leading 5-3. First pitch to the new batter. Off speed up high to Corbin Briggs, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a ground out to third. And also goes underrated. Good job by Jackson Lauerman to get back into the zone after knowing that you had 2 should have been called strikes, in my opinion, as the next pitch misses outside and move the count to 2-0. But to get back into the zone and allow your defense to make a play there, down in the count 3-1. When things don't go your way on the mound, sometimes it can affect your confidence on the bump. But Lauerman delivered a strike, let his defense work. Next pitch will be a fly ball right field. It's going to get into foul territory, and it's going to get towards the out of play area. Count now at 2-1. Infield once again on the infield turf with 1 down in a 5-3 game. Purpose of that, trying to keep the runner at third if a ball's hit right to him. 1-1, or 2-1 rather. It's going to be another fly ball right field. Cheney once again giving chase. This one's still going to be out of play. And Lauerman works the count even, 2-2.
Like you said, the wind's favoring the left-handed hitter, but definitely hurting a right-handed hitter.
And even with the left-handed hitter up, it's still, like if you hit a pop-up down the line, it still could take it out of play.
Right.
Wind gust getting up around 25 miles an hour today. It's a steady wind at about 14. The 2-2. Good curveball, and having to swing at it late and foul it back is Corbin Briggs, but keeping it alive. Again, still 2-2. Lauerman looking for a big out here. And the pitch. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Lustnow looks the runner back, flips over to first in time for out number 2, and that is why you play the infield in. You do take some risks. If someone hits a C towards you, you have less reaction time, but it keeps the runner at bay. And it's still only a 2-run game. As that brings up Cohen Miller, now the infield gets to go back with 2 down. Runner at third base, Miller so far today has flown out to center field and lined out to center field. So Ethan Watkins, keep your head on a swivel. First pitch, checked at it, didn't matter, called strike anyway. Count 0-1 with the Spartan runner at third base and the Buffaloes trailing 5-3 in the top of the 5th. 2 down. Lauerman working out of the windup with the runner at third. The pitch, fastball up neck level, and the count moves to 1-1. And the pitch going to be fouled off. This one into the Bixby dugout, and now it leads to a 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch about to be heading Cohen Miller's way. Can Lauerman keep the damage at 2? Gives a nod to Phillips. The windup and the 1-2. Going to be off the top of the bat. Once again fouled off into the right foul territory area by the first base coach. Still count 1-2. It's been a long inning for the Spartans offense, but again, just 2 runs to show for it so far. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. Jackson Lauerman digs in. He's able to get 2 big outs to leave a runner stranded at third, but the Spartans do retake the lead, getting those 2 runs back that they gave up in the home half of the 4th. It is 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Buffalo's trying to work it back. They're down 5-3 as we head to home half of the 5th inning. Looks like Jordan Clark is re-entering into the 9 spot. And by the way, we had a pinch runner for Jet Hope. He has re-entered into right field. So he's back into right. That means he's back in the lineup. Clark, again, officially back in the lineup. He didn't miss a beat, though, so didn't miss an at-bat. Grounded out to the second baseman in his first pitch. He's on that one. He fouls it straight back for strike 1. Clark on the year 2 for 7. He is tied for the team lead in walks at 3. Buffaloes have not gotten a free pass today from the Bixby Spartans. But, again, a difference between this game and what we saw in the Durant series, McAlester doing a good job with the runners in scoring position, making the most out of their opportunities that they've gotten so far as the curveball misses upstairs for ball 1. And they have largely to thank Spencer Stinchcomb for that. He's got 3 RBIs today. I think they've all come with 2 down. And there were 2 singles up the middle. The 1-1. It's called strike on the off-speed. Count moves to 1-2. And McAlester had plenty of free passes to work with against Durant, but just couldn't seem to get the big hit. But Stinchcomb has come up clutch today. The 1-2 to Clark, though, is going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. So Brian Justice in for his 5th inning of work, gets another K. That's his 8th of the day, and that brings up the top of the order, Caden Lesnow. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Buffalo's trailing 5-3. Lesnow is over 2 with the backwards K and a fly out to second base. Justice winds and deals the first pitch. Hard hit line drive towards the right center field gap, and this one's going to get down, and it's going to one-hop off the wall. Lesnow rounds first. He's booking it to second. He takes a turn around second. Going for third. The throw in from right field is not in time.
Triple to Mr. Lesnow.
That's a one-out triple for Caden Lesnow. He had 16 extra base hits a season ago, which led the team in extra base hits. Tied for the team lead. It's their team returning leader in extra base hits. That was actually 42% of his hits a year ago were extra base hits. He had 6 triples. That's his first one of 2024. Gunnar Hodgel trying to drive him in. First pitch. Again, went after a curveball. And that'll lead the count to 0-1 with one down. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Buffalo's trailing by 2. Next pitch. Again, curveball checked at it, but went around again. Count moves to 0-2. Hodgel's over 2 with the 2 swinging strikeouts. Looking for his 3rd RBI of the year. And the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. The count moves to 1-2. Justice trying to get back into that groove. Still working out the windup with the runner at 3rd. Les now catching his breath as he takes a lead. The 1-2. Curveball this time. Hodgel sees it well. Gets away from the catcher, but again, up the third base line. Be really dangerous for Les now to take off there.
It'd be very, almost impossible.
Count 2-2. And the pitch. This one was a changeup that ends up missing low. And he's worked the count all the way back to full at 3-2. Hodgel's only walked once this year. 3-2 pitch. Fastball, and this is his 2nd walk as he takes it low and outside. And we have runners at the corners. Once again, tying run on base for the Buffaloes. Brings up Gannon Mullins, who is 1 for 2 with a line drive single that got the 2-run party started in the bottom of the 4th. He is grounded out to 3rd and singled. Braden Phillips on deck has had 2 infield singles today to the shortstop. So runners at the corners here for Brian Justice. You got Les now at 3rd and Hodgel at 1st. As here's a pop-up out of play right side. That'll be strike 1. Going back to Les now's double, this is something that I thought is an incredible quote, by the way, as I'm looking in the McAlester baseball program today. It's the 0-1 to Mullins. Is going to be swung on and missed on the off-speed out in front for strike 2. His favorite baseball one-liner, Caden Lesnow's, is, "You can be late to the prom, but don't be late to the fastball." Coach Homer there.
It's a great quote.
Count is 0-2. Hodgel at 1st will retreat back over to the first base bag as Mullins calls time. Not a bad time there trying to get Justice out of rhythm. Justice comes set and does a 31 move. Taking off for 2nd will be Hodgel. The throw down to 2nd. He's picked off. Out of the second base bag, they throw back over to 3rd to try to back pick Caden Lesnow, and he's back in safely. Hodgel was taken off on movement, and he's picked off at 2nd base. So the tying run is off the base paths, and that is out number 2. That's a killer. Can Mullins still drive in Lesnow regardless? Here's the 0-2 pitch from Justice. Curveball, ground ball towards the shortstop. Fielded by Lewis. Quick flip over to first base. They can't. 6-3 ground out. And that leads to the score remaining 5-3 as the Buffaloes are now down to their final 6 outs. We head to the top of the 6th here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fitton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fittonnissan.com.
We have played 5 full innings. It's been back and forth here, but the Spartans have never trailed in this game. We tied it up, the Buffaloes tied it up in the bottom of the 4th. Spartans already took the lead in the top of the 5th, trying to add on to it. And up to the plate, It looks like it's going to be the bottom of the order. Cayman Franklin, Rhett Lou, and Cody Kroll.
Now batting for Bixby.
Franklin is 0 for 2.
Gilling.
Lou is 1 for 2, and Kroll is 0 for 1. Lauerman in for a second inning of work here in the top of the 6th. Buffalo is trailing 5-3. Lauerman winds and delivers, showing bunt, getting it down the third base line, but it's going to be well foul. That'll be strike 1 here on Cayman Franklin. Actually, that is not Franklin up at the plate. That's a pinch hitter now. And that will be number 30. Is it 33?
33, yes.
I don't have a 33 on Bixby's roster that was given to me.
That sounds about right.
It's on. It's a. Gilliland, I believe. Gilliland. As next pitch is a called strike. And the count is now 0-2. So let's see if I can do some deduction here. I think that's Brennan. That's Drew Gilliland is who that is. Drew Gilliland. The 0-2 will be popped up and out of play. Count still 0-2. So he usually wears number 13 is what shows on the roster. He's wearing number 33 today.
Okay.
So Drew Gilliland is batting for Cayman Franklin out of the 7th spot. Lauerman ended the last inning with a strikeout. Can he begin the next one with one? He'll have to wait another pitch as this curveball is held off on and low. Count now 1-2. Infield playing a little bit further back now with the 2-strike count on Gilliland. The 1-2. Waving at the bat late, but staying alive. Fouling it off is Gilliland. Now 1-2. And the wave is going, or the wind is going through waves. At times it's been strong, and at times it kind of dies down. But I don't think it's ever been, like I said, lower than 10 miles an hour. But right now you can see every star on Old Glory in center field. It is blowing hard. The 1-2, hard hit ground ball, diving attempt fair down the third base line, and it's going to get into foul territory. Shumway tries grabbing it with his bare hand. Now the runner tries taking off for second. Shumway fires in from left field, and that will be an error on McAlester. He tried grabbing it with his bare hand in foul territory in left field, and it allowed Gilliland to advance from first over to second. That's going to go down as a single and then an E7. And that brings up Rhett Lou.
Thing with Bixby is they don't need any help.
No, they don't. Here's the thing for the Buffaloes. They've had 2 errors today, but both of them have not been on the actual balls hit today. They've been on... Well, I guess that one's technically on a ball hit, but already a single on that play. As here's a bunt, pulling back, called strike with the curveball, and Lou is wondering why it was, because that was a fantastic breaking ball from Jackson Lauerman. But the other error that McAlester had was on a throw down, and it just kind of got away from McAlester into right field and allowed a runner to take an extra bag. 0-1 showing, but again pulling back as it's in the turf, and the count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Rhett Lou 1 for 2 today, doubled in his last at bat. This is his first time taking on Jackson Lauerman today. Nobody out in the top of the 6th. The runner at second here for Bixby. 1-1. Shows bunt, misses up high. Count 2-1. Getting a chilly day today. If you're not in Oklahoma or you're listening from somewhere else, it was a warm first 3 games of the year for the Buffaloes, I'd say, and then we got to a lower 50-degree day with the sun shining. 2-1 goes after a pitch that would have been a ball. It was low.
And that was nearly in the turf.
And it moves the count to 2-2, so Lou just gave Lauerman a gift there. And unless they're trying to bunt with 2 strikes on him, which that would be very dangerous to do, looks like he's going to be swinging away here with the count 2-2. Us now holding on the runner at second base. The 2-2 delivery. It's going to be a curveball that's wide off to the left. Gets into the backstop. Wide turn around third. They're going to stay put as Phillips goes and tracks it down. And now a fly ball into the outfield will score a run. Count now full at 3-2. Once again, the infield coming in on the infield turf, trying to keep the runner at third. Should it be hit 2-1? Full count. Wind up once again here for Lauerman. And the pitch. Hard hit line drive. What a backhand. Knocked down by Les now. Throws over to first in time for out number 1.
Now batting for Bixby, the center fielder, Cody.
That one was hit as hard as you can hit a ground ball, I believe, and getting it off of the turf, too. He was able to pop it out of his glove and stay with it again. Les now has seen, I'd say, high 90s off the bat, maybe high 80s off the bat flying at him today 2 different times.
I mean, you only normally see that over in the hot corner.
As showing bunt, as this one is a suicide squeeze, safety squeeze rather. Here's a throw that's going to go over to first base and wide to the left, allowing for a runner to take second base here. It was a bunt. Already making his way down from third to home was the runner, Gilliland. And then he stopped around the 45-foot mark and then kept going when he saw that the bunt was down. Lauerman fielded it and threw it too far to the left of Mullins at first base. That's going to be an E1. By Cody Kroll. And it leads to Cade Lewis coming up to the plate at the top of the order. On the very first pitch. So Lewis is now Lewis is 1 for 1 today. He has walked twice and had an RBI single, as that makes the game now 6-3. First pitch up above eye level. It makes the count 1-0 here for Lewis. Back out of the stretch, only 1 down in the top of the 6th inning. Next pitch misses inside with the fastball. Count 2-0. So Buff's trying to end the threat again, trying to keep the damage at a minimum. But have to face this top of the order. Here's a ground ball that's off of the foot of Lewis as it rolls to the third baseman, Hodgel. So that'll be a foul ball. Count it 2-1.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
I was waiting for the strike to go up on the scoreboard there. I was making sure I wasn't too fast. 2 balls, 1 strike. Decent lead at second base by Kroll. And he takes off for third. The 2-1 pitch is going to be a called strike. The throw to third is not in time. Getting underneath the tag is Kroll. And the count now moves to 2-2. And once again, they'll bring the infield in on the infield turf.
What is it, 2-2 or 3-1?
It's 2-2. That was a called strike.
Okay, because I missed it.
Scoreboard here at the field has it at 3-1, but that was a called strike. Count is 2-2. Lauerman deals. Line drive, right center field. That's going to drive in a run. 2 hops over towards Jaden Chaney, who gets it in. And it'll be an RBI single by Cade Lewis. So that now makes the game 7-3. Since McAlester tied it up in the bottom of the 4th inning, it's been back-to-back 2 spots by the Spartans, and they're still looking to add more. Scoreboard has that as the 9th hit of the game for the Spartans. Brian Justice is 1 for 2. He has had an RBI double, struck out swinging, and walked. Lauerman deals. First pitch in there, strike 1. Justice has done a pretty good job at the plate or on the mound today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's struck out 8 batters. Helped McAlester to 6 hits. Pickoff over to first is not in time. McAlester so far this year have been pretty good defensively. I don't think they've had a multi-error game so far this year. This is their first one. Pickoff over to first again. This one's a little bit closer, but back in time, once again, is Lewis. Lewis was nearly picked off the last time he was at first base. Spartans up, though, 4 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. With 1 down and a runner at first. Lewis trying to get to the second base bag with a healthy lead. Takes off for second. The pitch is a line drive to right field. Chaney will watch it 1 hop into him. Rounding second and taking off for third is Lewis. The throw hits the cutoff man, Stinchcomb. And it's back-to-back base hits, back-to-back singles here for the Spartans. Puts runners at the corners with one down. And Jet Hope.
Hit and run worked to perfection there.
Jet Hope went opposite field in his last at-bat on a long line drive over the right fielder Cheney in his last at-bat. Now Coach Meadows is going to go speak with Lauerman. We'll take a 30-second break and be back. I think we're going to be having a pitching change. We'll have a pitching change. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South Georgia Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Our second call to the bullpen of the game, as it is a pitching change brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. So with one down, and I believe we have, we'll have to wait. I can't remember who's on base right now. We have runners at the corners here for the Spartans in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Aiden Shumway coming in from left field to the bump. It's a straight switch as Jackson Lauerman moves from the mound over to left field. Shumway on the season, he's only had one appearance so far, but that was against the Union Redhawks back on Friday. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run. He struck out 3 out of his 6 outs that he recorded. So the lefty senior toes the rubber, and he'll be taking on Jet Hope, who has hurt McAlester today. He's gone 2 for 3, including an RBI double his last time up. So Shumway, I believe the only lefty pitcher in the varsity rotation. He is the only lefty pitcher in the varsity rotation we've seen so far this year. As the first pitch is going to be a high fly ball to the left fielder Lauerman. Trying to tag is the runner at third. Making the catch is Lauerman. Firing in from left field. Looks good, but it's a little bit late. Good shot from Lauerman, but just a tad bit late. That leads to a sac fly for Jet Hope. It looked good out of his hand, didn't it?
It did.
And that will bring up Barrett Stanley, who is 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. That is 1 pitch, 1 out for Aiden Shumway in relief. That's now a 4 spot for the Spartans, as they have now taken a 9-3 lead over McAlester. Runner at first, and the pitch from Shumway. Fastball low inside, ball 1. 2 down for the Spartans. Shumway comes to a pause. Lefty on righty matchup. Looks at the runner at first and delivers. Runner takes off for second. Chopper down the third base side. It's going to stay foul. Count 1-1. Again, the scoreboard is showing 0-0 over here at the field, and I don't have that monitor there for me. Nate's keeping me in line.
Doing my best. It's a difficult job sometimes.
Oh, yeah. 1-1 from Shumway. Goes with the curveball, misses wild up and outside. Count now 2-1. And let us know where you're watching or listening from. A reminder, on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, or you can let us know on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio, letting us know underneath the comments. So here's a pickoff over to first, and this one's sailing past Gannon Mullins. The second time today a Buffalo pitcher has thrown it wide right. Runner round second, going for third. They finally get the ball in.
Got all the way into the Bixby quote-unquote bullpen over there.
And the Buffaloes, when they're at their best, they're playing great defense, have good pitching. I think the pitching is, for the most part, it's been waves today. They've had some signs of being really good. They've had some times where Bixby's gotten the better of them. Again, this is the defending 6A state champions, for goodness sake, as we have the next pitch that's going to miss upstairs. And the count now at 3-1.
Yeah.
But there have been just some mental errors by McAllister's defense that have led to now their fourth error of the day. Yeah, it's led to their fourth error of the day there. And like I said, none of them have been off of a ball, or only one of them have been a ball hit off a bat, and it was a bunt. The other ones have been just mental errors. 3-1. Foul back into the glove there by Barrett Stanley into the glove of Phillips, and the count is now full at 3-2. Buffalo's trying to keep the game at a score of 9-3. No, it's 8-3. They gave an extra run to Bixby before.
Yeah, I thought that's
weird.
What it was.
2-2. Swung on a miss for strike three. 3-2 was swung on a miss for strike three. Aiden Shumway gets his fourth strikeout of the year on, that is Corbin Briggs. On Barrett Stanley. I'm all over the place right now with my scorecard. As now we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, McAlester trails 8-3. Again, the scoreboard had it as a 4-run inning at first, but that was only 3 runs scored by the Spartans. But still, they extend their lead to a 5-run lead over the Buffaloes. We'll have a new pitcher for the Spartans when we come back here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot! Nothing but net. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Leading off for you, McAlester Buffalo, your catcher.
We have called the bullpen, brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. Now on the mound for the Spartans, number 24, Cooper Leggett. Leggett on the mound now for the Spartans as we have a first pitch swinging Braden Phillips, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles. Fouls it backwards for strike one. McAlester is trailing 8-3 as we head to the home half of the sixth inning. We have a lot of defensive changes, which means that they'll follow suit when it comes down to the actual play here in a little while. As let's try to go over all of them. Here's the 0-1. They'll miss down low for ball one. Count moves to 1-1 here on Phillips. Looks like Justice has moved from the mound over to third base. We have had Brooks Dixon. He came in as a pinch runner. He is now in at center field. Gilliland came in as a pinch hitter. He is now in right field. Like I said, Leggett's now on the bump. As here's a ground ball left side once again to the shortstop. This one's fielded and thrown over to first in time for out number 1. Phillips has now hit it to the shortstop Lewis 3 different times, and each one of them were fielded by Lewis. But that's the first time that Lewis has been able to get Phillips running down the first base line. And that leads to Aiden Shumway coming up to the plate. Pitcher now for the Buffaloes. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a sac bunt. Again, Cooper Leggett, a right-handed pitcher for those on radio today. As here's a fastball low by the ankles, ball 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, McAlester trailing 8-3 if you're just now joining us. Some more action in the McAlester bullpen as here's a pitch that's fouled out. Count moves to 1-1. And usually when you're looking in the McAlester bullpen from the first base side, you can't really tell the person that's pitching. You can just tell the guy at the guy catching here. As here's a fastball inside. And yes, I think it's 2-1, or is that 1-2?
No, I was saying who's out in the bullpen. I think it's number 12. If my eyes aren't deceiving me.
Next pitch misses down below the knees. Scoreboard's off right now on the count, so I
think it's 3-0.
No, we do have a strike, so
okay.
It's 3-1. From Leggett to Aiden Shumway. The pitch. Ground ball, chopper, off a hop. The third baseman Justice grabs it, throws over to first. Having to come into foul territory to make the catch was the first baseman Miller. And it's back-to-back groundouts here by the Buffs. And brings up Ethan Watkins. And that would be Parker Dusenberry warming up if that is number 12 in the McAlester bullpen. So it's 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. McAlester was able to tie up this game back in the bottom of the 4th. But since then, 5 consecutive runs in the last 2 innings by the Spartans. This is the first pitch to Watkins, misses inside. Watkins trying to reach for the first time today. Here's the windup and the 1-0. Way out in front of the changeup. That'll move the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the 3rd time through the lineup for the Buffaloes, the 6-hole batter, Ethan Watkins. The windup and the pitch from Leggett is going to be swung on and missed on a pitch down by the ankles. The count now moves to 1-2 on Watkins. Watkins takes some time to compose himself, digs back to the box. Pretty balanced stance back in the box. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. That'll be fouled off. Count remains at 1-2. If you're hearing some of that cheering in the background, there's some, I think, Little League soccer going on right now, too.
Okay.
So here's the 1-2 pitch. This one's in the turf. Count moves now. The deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's why you see all those cars that are parked off behind center field wall and off to your left here. If you're at the ballpark and just listening, it's because, yeah, there's Little League soccer going on beyond left field. The 2-2 will miss low and inside. Count now full here for Ewott. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2, trying to do damage with 2 outs here at the Buffs, down to their final 4 outs. The pitch. This one is wide off to the right, and Watkins will reach base for the first time today with a walk. That's the team-leading 4th walk of the year for Watkins. Brings up Spencer Stinchcomb, who has been great. I mean, he has done the most with what he's had today. With 2 down in each, and so this is another at-bat with 2 down. He's been able to drive in 3 runs on singles up the middle. Now, the middle infield will get a little bit closer to the second base bag with Stinchcomb's hits going that way. As the first pitch is in there for strike 1. All of Stinchcomb's hits so far this season have been right up the middle. First time taking on Leggett today. So he's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. He has Watkins at first. Don't be surprised if he tries to take second here. He's dancing around at first base. He'll stay put for now as the next pitch is in there for a strike. Stinchcomb doesn't like the call. And the count moves to 0-2. Here's the thing. If they stay on the outside corner, though, Stinchcomb is also a really good opposite field hitter.
And there's a massive gap on that side.
Runner takes off, and he's way out in front of the off speed. chases that one, and that will be strike 3. So they get Stinchcomb on 3 pitches there. And the Buffaloes lead the runner stranded at first base. It's 8-3 McAlester trails as we head to the final frame. Top of the 7th coming up here on
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Couple of people checking into McAlester baseball here, just now getting to you guys as we head to the top of the 7th inning. McAlester trailing 8-3. We got AJ Brooke Mason saying go Buffs. Coach Mason from the passenger seat, 918 McAlester Driving School right now. so he's listening on the radio right now. Thank you for tuning in. And also a really sweet message that came across. I hope I'm saying your name right. Barb Ewalt said, thank you so much for making it possible for us to watch the Buffs play baseball. We are Gunnar Hodgel's grandparents from Iowa. We are looking forward to seeing the Buffs play in person later this month. So
that's awesome.
Thank you guys for tuning in. As the Buffaloes right now are down 8-3, looking for some 7th inning magic. As we head to the top of the 7th again, it'll be Aiden Shumway. He came in with 1 down in the top of the 6th. This will be his 3rd full inning that he's pitched in, as he'll be facing the middle of the order. Right now, it looks like it's Corbin Briggs, Cohen Miller, and Kamen Franklin, but we had a lot of defensive changes, so we might have new batters coming up as Jordan Franklin has made his way towards the bullpen. Did I say Jordan Franklin?
Yeah.
I looked at Kamen Franklin on my lineup card as I saw Jordan Clark make his way towards the bullpen. Again, it's early in the year for us, too. So
yeah, we're still getting our feet underneath us.
But Jordan Clark makes his way towards the bullpen. Kamen Franklin, I believe, is out of the game now, but he would be in the hole. Right now it's Corbin Briggs as he pops this one up on the first pitch of the 7th inning to Jackson Lauerman in left field. He calls off Ethan Watkins, makes the catch, and that's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Aiden Shumway.
First baseman, Cohen Miller.
And that brings up Cohen Miller. Miller is 0 for 3. He is flown out to center, lined out to center, and struck out swinging. Playing deep over at third base is Hodgel. And the first pitch. Be a fastball right at the knees. Strike 1, you can live right there. Also, I believe Derek Hatridge is tuned in today, too.
Yeah.
I want to give him a shout-out. Thank you for checking in, buddy. So here's the 0-1 pitch. And this one, a little bit inside. Curveball got away from Shumway, and having to duck the ball is Cohen Miller there. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind up in the 1-1 pitch. Will be a pop-up. Again, none of these are easy. Shallow right field. Cheney comes in. No one calls for it. And that'll drop in. And that's going to be a double. A double that falls between the second baseman Stinchcomb and the right fielder Cheney. There was, again, miscommunication. I think that Cheney thought that Stinchcomb had it, but it was too far off from Stinchcomb at second base to make the play. Because Cheney looked up in the sky and looked back over to second base. And it leads to a double by Cohen Miller. And now Drew Gilliland, who came in for Kamen Franklin back in his last at-bat, he singled his first time up. That one's a called strike. We have a balk. So no strike. There's a balk. Take the strike off the board. Runner advances from second over to third. And 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Buffaloes trailing 8-3 with the righty Drew Gilliland at the plate. Now the first pitch will be a pop-up in the infield. Mullins calling off Stinchcomb, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. Brings up Rhett Liu, who is 1 for 3 today.
Now batting second baseman, Mr. Rhett Liu.
Liu is 1 for 3 with a swinging strikeout, a double, and a ground out to short. Buffs trying to keep the runner stranded at third. It's right now a 5-run deficit. And the pitch from Shumway. Line drive up the middle. Once again on a hop. Lesnow keeping it in front. Throws to first. He has had a great game defensively. Number 2, Caden Lesnow, has had some hard hit balls hit his way, but he's been able to keep with it and get the outs. And put those rally caps on, Buff fans. McAlester trailing 8-3 to the defending 6A state champions, the Bixby Spartans. They'll try to make a comeback when we come back here on
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Another call to the bullpen here for the Bixby Spartans. Both teams have had 3 pitchers. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. It is the University of Oklahoma commit, Kamen Franklin. He exited the game, now re-entering as a pitcher, as he, again, is a junior committed to Oklahoma, right-handed pitcher trying to shut the door on the Buffalo's comeback chances. It is 8-3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it will be the 8-9 batters up. Jackson Lauerman, Jordan Clark, and Caden Lesnow for the Buffaloes. So it'll be Lauerman first, who is 0 for 2. He is grounded out to the first baseman and struck out swinging. Franklin winds and deals first pitch. Fastball, softly hit line drive right center. And getting underneath it will be the second baseman, Lou, to make the catch. Looked like it might find an open spot in the outfield turf. Good hack, but that will be a fly out to second base. Buffs down to their final 2 outs. Clark has grounded out to second and struck out swinging. Franklin winds and deals. First pitch checked but held up as the fastball misses up high for ball 1. Franklin, the 1-0 pitch. Fastball catches the bottom outside part of the zone and moves the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. And now the 1-1 as Franklin's getting into a groove. That one misses down low in the turf. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Clark. Clark on the season is 3 for 8 right now with a few walks. 2-1. This one's a fastball checked out again, but this one's low. I think that one probably should have been a called strike at the knees, but the Buffs will take it. Count is 3-1. Hitter's count here for Clark. And stepping off the rubber will be Franklin. Even in the box is Clark, sitting up inside the 3-1, swung on and missed at ball 4. And that moves the count to full 3-2. Just a little bit over-aggressive there was Clark.
I think he was trying to send that over the scoreboard.
He was. It's got to do it on the 3-2. This one will be hit off the butt of the bat It hit off the butt of the bat and was caught by the catcher, Copus, for strike 3. How often do you see that?
That is pretty rare.
It hit off the butt of the bat and was caught by the catcher, Copus. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Clark thought it was just a foul ball.
Yeah.
Huh. Buffs down to their final out, brings up Caden Lesnow. Lesnow is 1 for 3 with a triple. First pitch pops it up and out of play. Be strike 1. Again, something that's been a little bit more common with not just high school baseball players, but Major League Baseball players too. If they're playing in a cold game, they'll wear hoodies underneath their jerseys. That's one thing that Lesnow is doing today. The 0-1. He's had a pretty good game. He's 1 for 3 with that triple, and like I say, he's had a great game defensively. But now the Buffs down to their final strike. Down 8-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Getting one of post-game stats after this game as here comes the 0-2 from Franklin trying to shut the door. He'll have to wait another pitch as this fastball misses upstairs and moves the count to 1-2. Franklin gets assigned some Copus. The windup and the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 3 comes out the glove of Copus, but he'll apply the tag, and that will be the ball game. McAlester Buffaloes fall today 8-3 to the Bixby Spartans. McAlester was able to tie it up in the bottom of the 4th, but 5 consecutive runs scored in innings 5 and 6 lead to the 5-run win for the Spartans. Again, 8-3 the final. Final game time at 2:06, so this one went 2 hours and 1 minute long. We'll look at some more post-game stats, and we return here on KNED.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot!
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Final score here today, if you're just not joining us, the McAlester Buffaloes fall to the Bixby Spartans. 8-3 was the final. McAlester was able to tie it up 3-3 as we headed to the top of the 5th inning. But then the Spartans were able to score 5 runs in 2 innings to separate themselves from the black and gold. And again, 8-3 was our final. We'll have some post-game thoughts here in just a second, but let's look over the stats first. Our post-game stats are brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See them in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota for your spring feeding program needs. Let's start off with the winning team, the visiting Bixby Spartans, that improved to 5-2 on the year. Cade Lewis, who batted out the one spot, went 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Brian Justice went 2 for 3 with an RBI. Jed Hope went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Barrett Stanley went 0 for 3 with an RBI and a sac fly. In fact, our RBIs today, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 8 runs that were driven in were from the top 4 batters. Corbin Briggs out of the 5 spot went 1 for 4. Cohen Miller went 1 for 4 as well. Cayman Franklin, who started, went 0 for 2. Drew Gilliland went 1 for 2. Rhett Liu went 1 for 4, and Cody Kroll went 0 for 2. So the Spartans ended up having 10 hits today, and when you look at, the top 4 batters, well, actually 3 batters, 6 out of the 10 hits came from the 1, 2, 3 batters. So top of the order did the damage today for the Spartans. Again, 10 hits today between Brian Justice, Cooper Leggett, and Cayman Franklin. By the way, Justice does get the win, even though the score was tied 3-3. He did retake the mound when the Spartans were able to retake the lead, so Justice still gets the win today. And looks like there's no save or anything for the Spartans, but between Justice, Leggett, and Franklin, they struck out 11 McAlester batters. They walked 2. There was only 1 Spartan error, and it was on a throwdown over to second, I believe, that allowed for a runner to take over to third base. I think that's what I had it at. No, excuse me. It was on a shortstop. Throw that got away from the shortstop that allowed someone to get over to third base. Let's look at the McAlester Buffaloes now. They dropped to 2-2 on the year. Caden Lesnow went 1 for 4 with a triple. Gunnar Hodgel went 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Gannon Mullins went 1 for 3. Braden Phillips went 2 for 3 with a pair of infield singles. Aiden Shumway went 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. Ethan Watkins went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Spencer Stinchcomb had a great day at the plate. With 1 day, he is now the team leader in RBIs. He went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He ended up taking the challenge of McAlester struggling with runners in scoring position. He put it on his back.
And took it personally.
He had 2 big hits at the time, tied up the game. He drove in all 3 runs for the Buffaloes today out of the 7th spot. He ended his day with a strikeout, but again, still a good day at 2 for 3 with 3 ribbies. Jackson Lowerman went 0 for 3, and Jordan Clark went 0 for 3 as well. Between Max Harmon, Jackson Lowerman, and Aiden Shumway, the Buffaloes struck out 5, walked 4. They gave up 6 hits, and McAlester had their worst day defensively of the season so far with 4 errors. And that's the thing that's, I think, going to bother McAlester a little bit in this one. I'm going to start off with the negative first. I think the thing that's going to bother McAlester a little bit here, only one of those 4 errors was something that is a routine error, I'd say, that you usually see errors happen on.
Right.
The other 3 were just mental mistakes. And so it led to McAlester giving up an extra 90 feet, which, again, they're very avoidable errors is what I'm trying to say, that the Buffaloes ended up having today that led to the 8-3 game. Again, the Spartans went out and took that game from you. They beat you. It's not like a you beat yourselves kind of thing, but the Buffaloes didn't do themselves any favors today. So you needed to be able to play a great game offensively. I think McAlester did enough to be in this game through all 7 innings offensively. Yeah. You ended up having 6 hits. You only had 4 hits against the Spartans last year, and the Spartans had to beat you on a walk-off. So I think McAlester did enough today to be able to keep themselves in it through the 7 innings offensively. And that's good to see. Bixby's the best team Bixby or Union, right there.
They're both going to be right there for the 6A title.
I mean, the Union won their district, which Bixby shares with them last year. Bixby finished 3rd in their district in 1 state.
That still blows my mind.
So between Bixby or Union, obviously one of those 2 teams, the best teams that you've seen so far this year, and yet it was your best day offensively, I'd say. Even though you didn't score as many runs as you did against Durant in the 2 games, you hit the ball better. You ended up having the same amount of hits that you had in both the games. You were able to do well with runners in scoring position. McAlester didn't have a lot of chances to be able to. They didn't get a lot of free passes. Only no errors led to McAlester getting on base. There was only 2 walks, so the Buffs did the most that they could with the people that they had on base, which is something that they didn't really take advantage of with going 4 for 25 against Durant on Monday and Tuesday. So you saw strides be made by McAlester there. You just happen to have your worst day defensively. You ended up giving too many, extra 90 feet or 180 feet on. You had a couple of pickoff attempts to first that went and led to an extra 180 feet to get over to third that led to runs. So Buffs can be a little bit better there. Some free passes that Bixby took advantage of. And, again, that's why they're one of the best teams in the state, is because they don't let them pass them. They don't let the opportunity pass them by when they get runners in scoring position. But, again, the Buffaloes held their own. Again, losing to a couple of your best hitters from a season ago, compare from last year to this year, and to be able to get more hits and, battle back from adversity. And I think that, like I said, 8-3, you never like losing games, but, again, there's things that you like seeing from this game to move forward to Tulsa Edison. Again, the concern this year going into 2024 was how well were you going to be able to hit the ball. And to be able to see that you can piece up 6 hits on Bixby against a really good pitching staff, it's a move in the right direction offensively. Hopefully the Buffaloes pitching and defense can get back to what we saw in the first 3 games of the year on Monday when they take on Tulsa Edison. Again, it'll be on the road. Again, they're both starting a little bit earlier than usual. Usually district games start at 5 or 5:30. They're starting at 4 o'clock on Monday and Tuesday. The reason why is because Tulsa Edison does not have lights.
Yep.
So to be able to get a game in on time, and plus daylight savings time is really going to help out here too. To be able to get these games in on time, they're starting it off at 4 o'clock so that we can get them in and not have to worry about, late games and having to move to the next day.
Extra innings.
You know what's going to happen now, right?
Extra innings.
So
you're welcome.
Again, Edison, a little bit of a preview of them. They're 1-4 on the year. They got swept by Coweta, but they took one game pretty close at a 9-7 game before they lost 10-0 in the next. So Buffaloes will try to keep it right in the district play. Again, you hate losing any game, but the most important games are district play. As long as the Buffaloes can keep winning there, then their postseason outlook looks pretty good. So, again, Monday at Tulsa Edison at 4, Tuesday here back at Mike Deak against Tulsa Edison at 4 o'clock too, and then also next week, Friday against Hugo before they go to Arizona the following week, which we'll cover. Once again, every McAlester game is on the radio. Home games are video streamed. The game on Monday at Tulsa Edison will be radio only because, again, they don't have any lights. I'm set up nearly by the McAlester dugout, so that one I don't have a really good angle for any camera or good internet there in the first place.
And out of personal curiosity, Arizona, is that going to be video streamed?
I actually have no idea.
Okay.
It
just kind of depends on
circumstances
what you see.
have to be right because the reason why we were able to do it at Durant, for anyone that's watching right now, I was able to have a press box. They were able to run me an Ethernet, and again, I'm the only one that goes to road games.
Right.
I have to have an angle that can show the entire field. So if I have a spot in the press box and they give me internet, I'll try to do it. If not, then they'll all be radio only.
And I'm sure you'll announce it whenever you get there.
Yes. So I'm going to try to call some of those locations this week and maybe get a better understanding. But that's what we're looking at. So, Nate, can you thank our sponsors one final time, and then we'll wrap everything up?
I'd like to thank Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank N.A., OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angel's Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. Thank you for putting us on the air today and all season long.
And a big thank you to our board operator, Wyatt Hubbard, back at the KNED studios, as well as Nate Brown on the camera this afternoon. And thank you to the listener for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. One final time from Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the Spartans 8 and your Buffaloes 3 until Monday when we traveled to Tulsa Edison to begin that district series with the Eagles. This is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great afternoon, have a Buffalo afternoon, everybody.